Yeah, I want to get the something like I want to push the code from my local repository to remote repository. So what is the command, guys?
Git push.
Yeah, so git push is the command to push the code from a local repository to a remote repository. The same way. So I'm getting the uploads. So I am getting the updates from remote repository to a local repository is nothing but a git pull. Now you understand, right, guys? Git pull, git push, git clone. These are the remote repository commands.
What about git fetch?
Git push, git clone, git pull.
What about git fetch, sir?
Yeah. 1 second. I'm in the release call. Give me a second. Hey guys, git fetch is the same command to fetch the updates from a remote repository to a local repository. So git fetch and git push is the something like git pull commands are both are the same. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So something like
this is about 5,000 contacts, so it's going to take just a few minutes for that to process. So let that run.
git remote -v is the command. So there is no set the upstream. So I already sent a few commands, right, guys, yesterday. Did you go through that commands? Yeah, git remote add upstream. So I want to add the upstream. Upstream means your remote repository Bitbucket.
Hi.
1 second.
Okay, so I'm going to close my console. Hopefully, there we go.
Well, see, we can check in the beta and integration because it's a known one. I think check in the beta integration and beta. So today, because today no code deployed into integration.
And so we're okay pushing this to production. So if that's a non-issue, everybody was okay pushing this to production as a non-issue.
Yeah.
Because that's like a major blocker, I would think. Tom, you have to, I think Tom is on here.
Shrikant, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I mean, if it's happening in beta, I'd be surprised that we let it go to EU prod.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm saying that.
So it's making me think that maybe we didn't see it in beta.
Y'all have to figure me at this point. I'm not sure.
Can you try to upload the save file in integration? Because yesterday Garrison was saying like the performance is slow, like if you try to import about 10K, it is taking some time.
So why would we try integration over beta?
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go to beta.
Well, it's just a question. I know Kalipara, you're saying do integration, but why would we do integration over beta?
Yeah, I mean.
Well, yesterday. Yeah, no, sorry.
Integration is the lowest powered environment we have. Beta is the closest to EU prod that we have. Beta should have the exact same code base.
Yeah, but yesterday Garrison was saying like, yeah, we have this one and Debbie is working on this one. But we can.
Yeah, but if we saw this in beta, I wouldn't think that we would let this go to EU prod. So that's why I'm saying maybe we should chunk in beta, because if it's there, then I need to question how it got past beta. And maybe you're right, Telephone. Maybe it is an integration as well, and we approved it in integration. So then everyone was saying it was a known issue, and that's how it got to EU prod. But I guess we need to check in both.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what file I was using? No. I wanted to make sure I just use the same file because I don't always I may switch the files up, but at least for this test, I just want to make sure I was using the exact same file, and then I'll try a different file to see if it could be the file I'm using.
Kalipara, do you have the defect from integration where they said it was okay?
We don't have the defect found, but yesterday I was on call with Garrison and Kushagra. So Kushagra was uploading around 20K file, but he was not able to do it. Then Garrison said that yeah, it is a known one, like the performance one. If we try to upload more than 10K, then the performance is slow. But for the 5K, it should work.
But if it's a known issue, there should be an existing defect. I want to know what that defect number is.
So I will say this, at one point in time, we had a message up there that says, on this page where I am now, it says, hey, if you do over 10K, you can only do 10K at a time. It's going to take this amount of time and this amount of time for each of those levels. Like if you do 3K, 5K, and they put that in a different way. So I think that's kind of why everybody was, so yeah, it's doing the same thing in beta. And this is for, yeah, and this is nowhere near the threshold that we were told that we could use. So, but yeah, it is doing the exact same thing, but this is nowhere near the threshold we were told we could use.
All right, we need to find that defect number.
Do we want to try it with the, I guess, smaller amount of contacts then?
Yeah, I can do it with, I can try it with the smaller number of contacts.
Yeah, I wanna find that defect number and see if we have it, because I mean, we're not supposed to be deploying, we're not supposed to be allowing any defects, new defects. And regardless of whether it's a minor, major, blocker, anything. Nothing new is supposed to be going into the environment. So I don't know how this one has made it through.
Yeah.
And it sounds like it was an integration. We went ahead and went to beta anyway. And now we have an EU prod.
So we probably won't have an issue with this one. This is a file I typically use.
Yeah, just can you test the integration, because yesterday we both have tested integration and military, Topi and can you check this scenario?
So I will say this. This was tested and I was at least able to do, like right now, I'm not able to import anything. This was working in where I had to look at what environment we tested yesterday straight. But yesterday I was, okay, so it did complete. That's, but it's really weird the way it processed that. So it did complete, but it has zero everything. It just
File has
zeroed
error.
out.
Yeah, so the file has error. So it is working fine. See. So can you download this error?
Says 5,071 rows. How many rows were in that file?
5,071.
Okay.
Yeah, can you download that file?
PC is slow when I'm sharing, so sorry guys.
Can you click on any of the record?
It's processing, it's trying to open up. Let me stop sharing and just open it.
And this is a contacts file, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It says record number 1 has an invalid custom field login.
Yeah, so you need to remove the custom field login value. Login value should be removed.
Try another. Let me open this. Okay, give me a few minutes to work on this one. I think what happened when I tried to import like the lower count is that it was still trying to process that large file, and so it finally timed out on me. So I'm gonna try it again. And I'll let you guys. So here's a file that has just a few contacts in it. And I'll click OK. I'm gonna let it run and see if it error out on me before I try to move on. Because I think what happened the last time is that it finally errored out. I'm fine with this, like if everything can't be uploaded, so this has 399 contacts that were successfully imported. Okay. So it does look like if I have a couple hundred contacts in there, it is working with no issues. So now we're gonna go check. So I'll give it a little bit of time because I know sometimes it may take some time for this to update. So I'll keep you guys posted. So right now it looks like that issue only exists if it is a large set of data.
Didn't it say it was because it had that field that it didn't like? Is that correct? From the errors or?
Yes, on that second file it was.
Okay.
I was gonna share this on my PC, was a lot faster. So I'll go back and check it in a few minutes and let you guys know. Okay, so it is working if I did a very small subset on that last one that we just did together. So I'm just running it a couple more times just to make sure. But what happened was, now I reached like the maximum number of contacts I can have in there. So I'm having to delete some of them out. So it'll be a few more minutes before I can retest it. But the one that we did together, it is working as expected.
Okay.
So then are we gonna, so we're still gonna go back with a larger file? and see
Yeah.
how-
So it looks like that large amount issue from what I'm gathering, from Shrey, that it did exist, earlier, so it is an existing issue.
But why would we take the message off to a UI screen? That issue exists, that message is, that we can't get up to 10,000 anymore.
So when I asked that question, they told me that that was a temporary fix, or a temporary solution.
Yeah.
And they were gonna be working on it. And so they would remove it. I mean, they would look into it later on, but that was the way that they decided to resolve that issue at the time. I don't know if they were fixing that so that they could upload more than that. If so, that was never communicated to us. I've never tested that with more than, the threshold of the 10K,
Right.
if that makes sense.
Oh, that's so weird.
So in my opinion, we should just put the message back up there.
Yeah, exactly. Or even say, hey, only upload, files of 5,000 or less.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did it that time with just two records, two contacts. I said, and it imported with no problem. And I'm gonna go back and try. A larger subset and see what the response is.
Hello? Hmm?
I'm just gonna be short. You guys, sorry.
1 second. Hello, guys. Hello.
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, I have a production issue. I want to jump into that production call. Guys, apologies for short notice. So we will continue tomorrow. Actually, this so why it is not pushing something like it is a new version. I think I downloaded the new version. That's the reason it's unable to push to the Git repository. You guys can try out. You can try out. It will success. Okay. Please download the
Okay.
older version of the Git, not your newer version of the Git. Okay.
Okay.
It having some issues on the newer version of the Git.
Okay.
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 Yeah. So I already uploaded the command, right? And so if you want, you can. So if you want something like, you can follow the same way. So if you push the repository from an exiting repository, if you use this something like, you can use that one. Git push origin main. Yeah, so I remove that one here. Okay, so let's try. These are the commands. So when we clone the command, it's automatically getting to your home page. So you can try these commands, guys. Actually, so we'll complete it tomorrow, guys. Most probably we'll complete it tomorrow, because of actually today it started at 7 a.m. So we have a 7 a.m. we have a uprod, something like 9:30 a.m. So we have a production, then again we have a beta. So we'll continue on tomorrow, guys. Most probably we'll take it 1.5 or 2 hours from tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, guys, thanks.
Yes.